Tom Corbett. Tom Corbett is the governor of Pennsylvania, is he not? He's running for re-election. And his campaign has released some interesting information. He is trailing by 72 points in Philadelphia, by 28 in Montgomery, by 26 in Lackawanna, in 20 in Bucks County, in North. These are county numbers. In Northampton County, he's trailing by 13, in Chester by 12, in Luzerne by 12. So what do they say they have to do? What does the Corbett campaign say they have to do? An internal campaign document just got leaked. This is also over Democratic Underground. J.P. Zenger posted it. The original is from politicspa.com, Pennsylvania Politics website. It says the campaign needs to focus on increasing favorability or demotivating oppositional turnout. I've been telling you about this for years. It's been a while since I've talked about it, but I think it's really worth revisiting. Demotivating oppositional turnout is campaign speak for cause people who would vote for Corbett's opponent, for the Democrat, to not bother coming to the polls. We have this belief in America. Average voters believe that when they see negative advertising, an ad that says, "Oh, this guy's a bum," or the pseudo-negative advertising that the big super PACs and the Koch brothers and Americans for Prosperity and whatnot run, where they call it issue advertising, so they get around campaign finance laws, and they'll say, we have a terrible unemployment problem here in X county, and it's being made worse by the policies of Democrat Joe Blow. Please call Joe Blow and tell him that you don't like his policies that are destroying jobs, right? That sort of thing, and it's a sideways attack. Or he's destroying jobs by wanting the EPA to regulate emissions from Koch brothers' own. Well, they don't say that, refineries, but. What most people assume when they see negative ads like this is that the goal of the negative ad is to get people not to not show up, but to show up and vote for the other guy. In other words, people watch negative ads and they assume that the goal of the negative advertiser is to get you to vote for their guy. If for no other reason than that you're voting against the guy that got the negative ad, right? Against whom the negative ad was directed. But reality, the fact of the matter is that the way negative advertising works is it suppresses voter turnout. And Republicans have known this since the Lee Atwater, Ronald Reagan days. Democrats have figured this out in the last 10, 15 years. And it's become conventional wisdom in political circles, but average people don't know this. And the negative ad doesn't even have to be real. I mean, they just make stuff up to complain about. I mean, you've got in one of these races here, and there's so many going on right now, but probably in several races now, you've got Republicans running negative ads against Democrats for supporting something that the Republicans supported, or for doing something that was like some minor marginal procedural thing in the House of Representatives. They blow it all up. It doesn't even have to be, well, they're technically true, but they don't have to have the integrity of truth. It doesn't matter. If you can just smear your opponent, what it does is it suppresses voter turnout. And then you throw out red meat to your base, like you put something on the ballot. 10 years ago, it was you put on the ballot a constitutional amendment to end gay marriage or prohibit gay marriage in your state. Or you put on the ballot, something to stop abortion. You identify slices of your base. Groups that don't like black people, groups that don't like gay people, groups that are misogynistic and don't like women, whatever it may be. You identify these slices and you throw red meat out to them by putting things on the ballot or by running candidates or whatever. In other words, you figure out how to get your base out, but then you suppress the overall vote, particularly the opposition vote. You're not trying to buy votes. You're not trying to get voters to move over to your side. The Republicans are not trying to get people to move over to the Republican side. They're trying to get Democrats to throw their hands up and say, screw it. They're all bums. My guy's a bum. They must all be bums. I'm not even going to vote. That's what they're trying to do. And by the way, they are successful at it. This is how the Republicans had their, quote, sweep in 2010. And they're going to do it, and they're doing it again right this very minute. We really need publicly funded elections in this country.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
And, of course, publicly funded elections means we need a new Supreme Court, or we need to amend the Constitution to say, sorry, money is not speech.